If you die, die fighting! Compared to the storm, this is nothing! They hit me! I answered nicely! Ghosts are stupid, they don't wear clothes! Talking about you, ghosts! Try and stop me! Make it stop! They rip and screws and cut! It's death for us! The spirits of curse me! All the burn! We can hurt them! Get them down! Shadows touch, it's gold! Doesn't hurt anymore! The beasts, they're too...
Hello? Hello? Is anyone still sane out there? Come to the intercom if you can hear me. Someone there? I picked up a pretty big surge of activity on our sensors, but it went quiet all of a sudden. Well, obviously, that whole tunnel is infested with the Lost. The question is, what are you doing in there with them? Wait, are you telling me that you managed to wipe out all of the Lost yourself? I have so many questions. How? With what? And actually... No, focus, Hilda. I could use someone with a lethal skill set. Hey, would you be up for a little hike? Yes, but this is hardly the time to talk. All will be explained if you follow my directions. Very astute, but it's complicated. You're at the entrance to the vault, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. You'll see. Just need to meet up first. Perfect. The entrance area you're in now was once a high-speed rail system for transporting supplies to the rest of the vault. But as you can see, it's completely caved in. You'll have to walk to another entrance closer to the vault's atrium. It's just a quick trip over the hills to the south. Look for the entrance to the Shenandoah National Park. If you need a landmark, just keep walking toward that teeny tiny, giant, menacing storm in the sky. You'll find the entrance underneath the manor in the dead center of the park. And storm. Can't miss it! Good luck!
Go! Get away! Oh, you aren't one of them. I'm Craig from Foundation. And I think I'm Neil. We saw the nasty weather kicking up down here and thought it'd be worth checking out. See if anyone needed. Didn't make it far down the road before we got jumped by it. You're serious? Did you hear what I just told you? Actually, if you're going out there, as you head down Skyline Drive, could you, a trail, a body, personal effects, anything I could use to find them? Not asking you to do much, just to drop a flare nearby? I can investigate them once the storm calms down a bit. Thank you so much. Anyway, just take the flares. If you happen upon anything or anyone, just drop one. And if you come back after, I'll make it worth your while. And watch out for those things. They may look like ghouls, but they're not. And they're not friendly. What am I gonna do if those things come back?
will find you, beast. You won't fear us anymore. Pain. 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 Oh, pain. Pain. I will not compare to the storm. This is nothing. They hate us! I'm sweating red. Sweating red. But can't stop. I hurt so much. This wound. It's so loud. Oh, it's stupid. They don't wear clothes. Talking about you, guys. Just taking another. Now my head. Make it stop. I lick it. The beast. They rip and scratch.
Calling mysterious stranger. Hello? Anyone there yet? Maybe I gave bad directions. Hello? Anybody? Oh, wonderful. I was getting worried. So, here's the situation. You need to get into the vault. I need to get out. This door isn't intended for easy access, so it'll require I'm on this side and authorized, you're on that side and not authorized. All of the Lost were once members of the vault, and you just need to get a hold of a hand and scan it. I promise I, or someone in here, will be more than happy to answer all of your questions. Let's just get you inside first. That's right. Just a bit of post-mortem amputation and we'll be set. Just scan the hand once you've got it. I'll be on standby. Promise. Time's a ticking. Chop, chop! Ooh, sorry. Anyway, I gotta run.
Good, you're here! And you're not lost, I assume. If you are, say so, because that would be a major breakthrough. Ghoul? Isn't that, I don't know, a bit childish? Sure, I'm a ghoul, and you're not lost. Glad we got that straightened out. Ah, good! Well, bit of a downer, actually. Got my hopes up for a second, but I digress. Anyway, I'm Hilda Stoltz. Hi. I'm head of the organic sector, which is exactly where I'm about to run off to. But don't worry, my Uncle Hugo is very eager to meet you. Just down the hall, in the Overseer's office, as he is the Overseer. Oh, and I've disabled the two-step lock, so coming and going should be easier now. Anyway, like I said, Uncle Hugo, down the hall. Toodaloo!
Willkommen. Bitte komm rein. My niece told me to expect you. And do not mind my appearance. I can assure you I mean no harm. Can the same be said of you, though, outsider? Do you intend to harm us? My niece can be a bit forceful when she finds a carrot to chase. You have my word, though. You haven't chased your carrot into a trap. Where are my manners? I did not mean to be so standoffish. You're a most welcome guest here. I cannot be too careful. It has been a long time since we've spoken with anyone from the surface. Ah, fascinating. Is that the faint clicking of a Pip-Boy I hear? How grand. A colleague from another paradise below the ground. Vault 76, I take it? What a pleasant surprise. Oh, don't be silly. You certainly aren't from any of the others nearby. There's no need to be coy. I think we can both gather why I'd come to such a conclusion. Wunderbar. Kismet even. We are having fun now, aren't we? Listen, my new friend. Regardless of what pretenses my dear niece may have brought you here with, I believe I can repay you for your effort. No catch. Just opportunity. As you may have ventured to guess on your trip here, our beloved Shenandoah has seen better days. Less stormy days. I'm in the midst of trying to get this under control, but our vault is still in a bit of a state of shock. If you'd be willing to engage in a bit of freelance work, I'm sure I can provide plenty of payment in kind. Ha! As they say, lies have short legs, no? Rest assured, you'll see this is quite the legitimate operation we have here. Perhaps I should introduce myself to assuage any hesitation you have. I am Hugo Stolz, overseer of Vault 63, yes, but also a principled man of business from the world of yore. Founder and CEO of Stolz Enterprises, respected member of Vault-Tech's board of directors, and overall international man of mystery. Allow me to formally welcome you to Vault 63 as our, let's say, outside consultant. Yes, that'll do perfectly. Oh, please. Hugo is just fine. Now, I'm sure you have many questions. I would expect no less, but I promise your first task. Speak with our Chief of Security, James T. Oberlin, and fetch me his latest situation report. I'd like to have him vet you a bit before we proceed any further. I'm sure he'd be happy.
Been a long time since we had a good community gathering.
You'll do splendidly, I'm sure.
Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system, and it works, damn it. Been a long time since we had a good community gathering around here. What if we go back to the surface? And nobody wants to know us because of our, you know...
Don't you go starting any trouble around here. Keep it civil.
It's a shame we don't have the
expecting you.
workforce to spruce this place up a little.
James T. Oberlin, Chief of Security, Vault 63. Formerly United States Army. Ordinarily, an outsider would report directly to the security offices. But as you've seen, Mr. Stoltz isn't fond of ordinary. How exactly did you end up on our doorstep, outsider? And you were able to dispose of them. Interesting. Must mean you have some combat training. That could be helpful. Well, considering I'm entirely lacking any sort of credentials or background on you.
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
At least you're honest. Mr. Stoltz buzzed me ahead of your arrival and filled me in on the situation. So, I appreciate your attempt. Here's my status report for Mr. Stoltz. You're dismissed, unless you have other questions. Fine. It's only... 63's construction had fallen behind due to its lofty and ambitious size. This left our population exposed to extreme levels of radioactive fallout after the bombs fell. Those of us that survived the exposure ended up like this. But working with us so-called ghouls won't be a problem, will it?
Security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air.
Understood. Our former friends, family, neighbors. An accident some decade back led to their creation. Their condition is irreversible. Beyond that, I'll leave it to Mr. Stoltz's discretion on further details. Just know, they will kill you on sight without mercy. Communication is impossible. Do not hesitate to strike first. Fine. We believe they possess the ability to channel electricity from the storm, though we're still not sure how. Perhaps consider rubber gloves next time you want to shake their hands. Again, the rest is classified. That is correct to a degree. Mr. Stoltz had been afflicted during the same accident that created the Lost. However, he retains his sanity and his ability to communicate. Well, retain sanity is perhaps... Actually, I apologize. This isn't water cooler gossip. I believe I've answered your question. Mr. Stoltz can explain the rest. That's fine. What is it? Our facility houses a large-scale weather control device. Some decades ago, an accident rendered it inoperable. However, a recent event has led to its reactivation. With that, we have the storm, along with other unexpected outcomes. One of our top priorities is bringing it back under our control. I'm afraid that's outside your clue. Good.
Been a long time since we had a good community gathering around here.
Right. Keep it together. You are a Stoltz. Act like it.
What if
proud.
we go back to the surface? And nobody wants to know us because of our slide around.
Ah, you've returned. I've just been thinking on some things. Yes, that. Don't worry about that now. I have a question. Tell me, are we our brains? Yes, precisely. But is that not just scratching the surface? Consciousness, perception, encoding and the formation of memories. To take the observable world and sculpt from it a translation of ourselves, of others. And in the eyes of others, how many versions of us exist?
Eyes are starting to dwindle a little. Even with the
Of course. We've only just met. I apologize. You have the spirit of an old friend about. I may have failed to mention this before, but I am or was blind. Born that way. After the incident that left me in this state, I became able to truly see the world. Well, perhaps it's more accurate to say, I feel the world. Pulses of electricity, waves bending and refracting, gentle hums of life vibrating shapes into being. This world I see, I share it with the lost. I live as they do, yet I remain myself. Perhaps more myself than I was before. But others were lost to it, and to us. Friends, colleagues, loved ones. When they witness this world, they're minded... Well, I suppose I cannot explain what their mind perceives, just as one could never explain sight to me before. We have been trying to learn why this connection was permanently severed between us. Desmond. A scientist, are you? Just like my Audrey and little Hilda. We are unsure of why, but we suspect that my condition may have mutated differently than others. Perhaps it was my proximity to... Oh, never mind, B. This sort of talk is dreadfully boring. All of this is to say we need your help, my friend. There are many problems at our feet, and you are uniquely equipped to help us. Do not sell yourself short. You are clearly skilled in combat, seasoned by the world above, and knowledgeable on vaults. You're going to face a variety of challenges in... Thank you. Let's discuss next steps. Your new friend Oberlin can fill you in on one. Take a moment to relax and process. And once again, I cannot contain my excitement in having you on board. Willkommen im Team, mein Freund. Hello. You keeping busy? So, shall we begin? There are some tasks that I'm unequipped to handle myself, and I... Excellent. Or rather, the lack thereof. Control, that is. In order to solve this error, we'll need to acquire the weather machine's blueprints. They are in the wall safe If only it were that simple. The safe can only be opened with a key that my beloved... so secure that only she knows where it is. This is problematic, as she has been unwell and unresponsive for quite some time. That said, she was a diligent note-keeper. I'm certain you could find out. You should find them all in our room upstairs. It is unlocked, so you should be able to just walk in. With my condition as it is, I'm unable to do this myself, and thus my new friend... I dare say I barely understand it myself. Prior to certain circumstances, I was blind, born that way. Since sad circumstances, I've come to be able to see. Alas, written text, paper, and terminal alike remain my mortal foe. Discussing the boring details any further are for... You will. Best of luck.
Seeing someone do so much good around here, it's refreshing.
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
We felt the whole vault shaking a while back. Security said it was nothing to worry about, though.
and discoveries and news. Screw it. I miss how it was before. What if we go back to the surface? And nobody wants to know. Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
What the hell are you doing in here? That's your... What's that? Oh. I understand. I apologize. Truly. I'm just very protective of her, you know? She was... is my other half, and life is just not complete without her. Of course she has the key herself. I should have known. Apologies for the confusion. I often forget just how unusual my situation has become. I was born blind, and lived that way even after becoming a ghoul, as you put it. However, as I've mentioned, an accident at this facility altered me. I see the world in pulses, wavelengths, a universe of violent synaptic connections, carving out and outlining every object and person. Navigation is trivial for me now. I was able to spot you in these sacred grounds even from my office. To the lost, I imagine this vision is a curse, a terrifying cataractous cloud that distorts their world. To me, needless to say, I don't find myself bumping into things while getting around the vault anymore. Nothing. The same incident that has put me into my condition. Well, she'll be right in no time. All the more Is that what I've said? Now isn't the time to... I don't think it's anyone's business to see my wife whenever they wish. I'm sure you wouldn't like that either if you were in her position. Just exposed for anyone to see like some animal... Yes. If you would excuse me, come find me when you have the blue...
shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up a little. We felt the whole vault shaking a while back. Security said it was nothing to worry about, though. You reckon that storm is gonna get worse or better?
What if we go back to the surface? Nobody wants to know us because of our, condition.
The new animals up there. Any of them good for eating?
Vault 63 has lasted this long.
I could use some help.
reason-
I believe you have something for me. Well, they're no good to me. Go deliver them to my daughter, Audrey. She's the one who's... Oh, and before I forget, our conversation earlier, in Cassie's room. Water under the bridge, yes? I do hope we can keep that just between us. I'd hate for rumors to flutter about. Oh, Lepes. She is the most We were never apart, and we collected the most Oh, and before you go off to art, if you were to repair a ship by replacing it plank by plank, piece by piece, so much so that no single piece of wood from the original vessel remained, would you have a new ship? Or would it still be the original, only improved?
Science, and discoveries, and news. Ah, screw it. I miss how it was before.
Right you are, my friend. Both in the origins of the question and its complexity. Let's say for this example that we can agree that eventually it is a new ship. Because I think the more interesting question is, at what point does it become so? After half of the planks? After the final part is replaced? Perhaps the rudder? Or mast? If we were to change piece by piece, at what point do we become something entirely new? Up. One moment. Let's perhaps hold on an answer. I'd rather that linger with you a bit. She's buried in her books in the meteorology sector. I hope you have some good hiking boots.
Research, and science, and discoveries.
Been a long
and
time
news.
since we had a good
Ah,
community
screw it.
gathering around.
I miss how it was before.
I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a
Huh? What did you say?
fresh air.
Hey there. Tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air. What if we go back to the surface and nobody wants to know us because of our, condition?
you...
Shadows touch! It's gold!
You there! I don't know you. Why are you in my lab? Who told you? Never mind. Yes, I am indeed Audrey Stoltz. And you are a sore thumb sticking out in my lab. Great. Introductions are out of the way. You know, there's enough chaos around here as it is. With the machine being broken, the clutter everywhere, and the electrified lunatics roaming about. So, unless there's something you're here for, would you kindly get the hell... What's this? Oh, the blueprints! Fantastic! Did my father send you? Are we hiring outside help for the mailroom now? Never mind that, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that I finally have these. Sure is. Biologically, anyway. Can't say he's ever acted much like a father. Nowadays, he's more my boss than my dad. A boss that keeps interfering with my professional and personal life. Anyway, you were saying? Yes, yes. Very excellent parcel delivery. Off with you, then. Actually, wait a moment. A helpful minion could be quite useful. Could you give me 2 seconds? Here's a little reward for you. Count your bottle caps while I go over these blueprints. Come back when you're ready for more work.
Did you need something? Of course. What is it they say? It's all about who you know? In my case, that would be everyone of importance in assuring such a thing came to be. My position and connections are both expansive and unique. Such a... Is it such a surprise? In case you hadn't noticed yet, we used to move in high places and were very influential people. Getting on the board was inevitable. Creating a seat as an overseer, well, it was much more challenging. I had a way with money, but Cassidy, she had a way with people. Oh, I wish you could have seen her. They danced for her like a puppet on a string. Of course, the smell of money will always be the best conversation starter, but it takes true talent to earn true, unending trust. She was a marvel. Oh, Verzeihung. I got carried. Go on, then. Great vision can often be at odds with time, I'm afraid. It's hard to say how things would have been different if we'd finished when the bombs fell. To see my dreams come to fruition. Oh, but to dwell over what ifs will bring you nowhere. So we shall move forward with what we... All a part of my grand plan. I wanted a vault that wasn't just about preserving the past, but continuing to build a new future. Climate control, increased life expectancy, and the deadliest weapons. This fell through. Then much of a... But I tired of it. The machine hadn't been fully operational for many years, not since the first. I'm less clear. Of course. Oh, this is the good bit. I wouldn't say I'm quite lost. A new condition has granted me a way to see, though. The world Family business. This business, it was absolute. My father was a very intelligent man. He taught me everything I needed to take over, and I'd like to believe that I haven't let... Well, business, of course. My position on the vault. I'd frequented this...
I'm tired of all the
Interesting.
just to get a...
It's far more than that. It is powerful. A privilege to carry this name. It means pride.
I wonder how that happened.
Of course. Auf Wiedersehen.
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of air.
You reckon that storm's gonna get worse?
Make it quick. I've been spread thin dealing with surface-side security concerns. I can tell you're equipped to handle much worse, but tackling some issues from my backlog would be of great service to me. There are three in particular who often... There are three residents that have been complaining about a myriad of concerns. Margaret, Lawrence, and Julio. Your best bet is to track them down. They're likely lounging about waiting for someone else to handle the hard work. They should have more than enough to keep you busy for the time being. Report back when it's been handled. In the meantime, I have other matters I need to attend to, so please, if you'd excuse me.
I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air.
I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air. Looking for someone? These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression. The new animals up there. Any of them good for eating?
Need something?
The new
How's it
animals
going
up
out there?
Any of them
Windy?
good for eating?
Erish? Huh? What did you say?
Seeing Seeing someone do so much good around here.
And then I saw...
It's refreshing.
Do you mind? Oh, a stranger.
How about some space, buddy?
For the worst.
Chief Oberlin's finally getting around to dealing with this, huh? And sending in a stranger to boot. We must have... Yeah, there's a few things we've brought up before. Most of it in the lower... Things like strange noises coming from the generator room. People are scared to go check it out in case one of the Lost are in there.
Oh, also, we have a huge rat problem in the storage room, as in, huge rats. Last time I was on a food run, something jumped right past me and snatched it. Damn near took my arm with it, too.
And, someone should probably take care of Alfie.
Yeah. Alfie was one of us, but his condition got worse until he got us to lock him in his room. He's probably lost his mind by now, but no one could bring themselves to do what needs to be done. You didn't know him, though. If there's anything you could do for him, we'd appreciate it. You can get to the lower levels from... There's also a stairwell down. Good luck.
Good luck down there, and...
It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place.
You have beautiful skin. It's unsettling.
Seeing someone do so much good around here. It's refreshing.
Seeing someone do so much good around here. It's refreshing.
You smell
Don't
something
you just
weird?
hate rude people listening in on private conversations?
Just to get a breath of barely fresh air. Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
Research and science.
Are there many like us out there?
And news.
You know, with the skin.
I miss how it was before. Wow. Your skin isn't split at all. Been a long time since we had a good community gathering around here.
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little.
Welcome back. How are things going? We're sorry that you had to be the one to deal with all of that.
Yeah, it's good to know there are still people outside, especially people who are capable.
Thanks. We could...
Nobody wants to know us because of our...
Yeah. We'll spread the word. Thanks again for all the help.
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little, even with the stockpile.
I miss research, and science, and discoveries, and news. Screw it. I miss how it was.
You're back. I hope you have good news. Well, color me surprised. Good work. With that out of the way, I'll be able to focus on the more important, like dealing with the chaos going on. I don't suppose that those three had anything interesting to say while you were helping. Looks like I may have to check in with our custodian Johnny later. He usually hears a thing or two, though I'd much rather people come to me than having to resort to gossip mills. Still, it can be hard. But enough about that. Now that you've helped me out, there's no need to be rude. Still, you've helped clear up some issues. At least, I'm sure you'll put it to good use. I'm sure...
The new animals up there. Any of them good for eating?
It may not seem like much, but your help has been invaluable to us.
Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system and it works.
You should have arrived a few years back. The old world sure was something. Before the accidents. What brings you back in here?
Need something?
How's it going out there? Windy? Airish?
I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air.
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
I'm tired something.
Red tape and security checks just to...
Please do not interfere with resort security patrols.
Artisan's Corner is the place for creative hands-on learning, and the Wilderness Survival Experience is our most popular program yet. Life is an adventure. Are you up to the challenge?
Attention! Possible agitator presence detected near breach site. Location must be cleared before breach can occur.
Perfect. The blueprints specify the exact part we're looking for. Well, I could use someone with outdoor experience for starters. Based on your skin condition, I'm guessing you're not from around here. That means you walked. Believe it or not, the Shenandoah Visitor Center has a device for monitoring the weather. While vastly inferior in complexity, it contains parts that you won't find out of any old toaster left to rot. It won't be a perfect fit, but I'll analyze these. That just leaves. That kind of thing is not uncommon for a national park this size. They had lots of tourists coming and going. Inclement weather would mean closing down some trails, or the park altogether. Anyway, that's the past. Doubt the park rangers have much use for it now, so... Thank you. The visitor center is just north of the map. The building isn't